Okay, let's talk about something I think we all struggle with: fake productivity. We're going to dive into 3 really powerful hacks that will help you totally reclaim your focus. And we'll even pull some fascinating insights from Japanese work culture to get it done. So, does this sound familiar? You've been glued to your chair all day, bouncing between a million browser tabs, firing off emails, jumping in and out of meetings, and then at the end of the day, you kind of lean back and think, wait a second, what did I actually do today? If you're nodding your head right now, you are definitely not alone. And there's a name for this whole mess. It's called fake productivity. You might also hear it called task masking. It's this trap we fall into where we're just constantly in motion. We work long hours, we multitask like crazy, but we're not actually doing the deep, valuable work that moves the needle. You feel exhausted and busy, but you aren't really being productive. So here's our game plan. First, we're going to look at why we even fall into this looking busy trap. Then we'll get into the good stuff. 3 powerful hacks. We're talking about the focus sanctuary, shifting to outcome over hours, and finding the courage to say no. And then we'll wrap it all up with your key takeaway. Okay, so first things first, let's get into the hidden causes. Because look, once you understand why we do this, why we pretend to be busy without even realizing it, that's when you can actually start to break the cycle. This isn't just about you. It's often baked right into the way we work. Cause number 1 is a big one: plain old fear. It's that little voice in your head, right? The one that whispers, if you're not typing furiously or your calendar isn't a wall of meetings, your boss is going to think you're a slacker. That pressure to just look productive is a huge driver of being busy just for the sake of it. And then there's the multitasking trap. You know the drill. Every ping, every little red notification dot, it pulls us away from what we're supposed to be doing. And every time we react and respond, we get this tiny little jolt of satisfaction. It creates this powerful illusion that we're working hard when all we're really doing is being reactive. And finally, we've got the work culture itself. A lot of workplaces, honestly without meaning to, end up rewarding the process more than the outcome. Being seen at your desk late at night gets you more praise than leaving on time after crushing your goals efficiently. When success is just measured by time and seat, well, that's where fake productivity really starts to thrive. All right, so how do we start to fight back? Well, hack number 1 is all about playing defense. It's about building a fortress around your focus. We're going to call it your focus sanctuary. This is a time and a space that is dedicated to your most important work, and it is completely free from interruptions. So, building this sanctuary is a simple 3-step process. First, you've got to designate your sacred time. You know, that 2-hour block in the morning when your brain is firing on all cylinders. Block it on your calendar. Second, and this is the most important part, during that sacred time, you go dark. I mean, completely dark. No email, no chat, no phone alerts. This is non-negotiable. And finally, you handle the urgent stuff by creating a separate time block later in the day just for that. Now, this idea actually connects to a really interesting challenge in Japanese work culture. There's this concept called horenso, which basically means you should always be reporting, informing, and consulting. Now, that's great for team communication, but it can absolutely murder your focus. The most productive people there have learned they have to physically separate themselves from that noise to get any deep work done. And the results are pretty staggering. The author of our source material found that by creating their own 90-minute sanctuary in the morning and just sticking to that no-reply rule, they could draft scripts 3 times faster. Seriously, think about that. A 3x improvement in efficiency just from protecting your time. Okay, let's get to our second hack, and this one is a really big mindset shift. I want you to stop measuring your day by how many hours you worked. Start measuring it by what you actually accomplished. It is all about the outcome, not the hours. So here's how you do it. Every morning, before you do anything else, define your 3 most important tasks, your MITs. These are the things that, if you get them done, will make the day a win. Then tackle them using something like the Pomodoro technique, 25 minutes of pure focus, followed by a 5-minute break where you have to physically get up and move. And lastly, and you gotta be honest with yourself here, make a list of your dummy busyness tasks. You know, the things you do to feel productive, like reorganizing your inbox for the 10th time, and then you consciously avoid them. This approach really goes against that old way of working. The traditional long hours culture, which you see a lot in places like Japan, values the process, just being there. The new way, the focus day culture, values the outcome, getting amazing results within a set amount of time. I mean, one leads straight to burnout, and the other leads to real efficiency. And again, the proof is right there. The author says they stopped judging their day by how many things they crossed off their giant to-do list. Instead, they just focused on those 3 MITs. And the result? A massive drop in unnecessary overtime. It's about being effective, not just being present. Now for our final hack. And let's be real, this may be the hardest one for a lot of us. It's having the courage to say no. Because let's face it, random meetings and other people's emergencies are productivity killers. But you can protect your time without being a jerk. You just need some smart communication strategies. Okay, this slide is basically a cheat sheet. Instead of just saying a weak yes to everything, you learn to give a strong no that actually provides a solution. So someone invites you to a meeting, don't just say, okay, ask, is it possible for me to get the minutes afterward? Someone drops an urgent task on you, don't stop what you're doing. Say, I can definitely get to this after 3 p.m. Does that work for you? You're not being difficult, you're just managing your own focus. And you might be wondering, does this really work? Oh yeah. The author found that by just questioning the agenda of a meeting and suggesting a shorter time, they cut down their total meeting time by over 30%. 30%! That's a huge chunk of your week you just got back. So, let's pull all of this together. The whole point here is to shift from looking busy to being genuinely focused. It's about moving from mindless activity to meaningful progress. So let's lock in these 3 hacks. Number 1, protect your focus sanctuary like it's sacred. No interruptions. Number 2, judge your day by what you accomplished, not how long you were at your desk. And number 3, find the courage to say no, and do it by offering a helpful alternative. So I'm going to leave you with a challenge. Think about it right now. What is the one dummy busyness task, that thing you do just to feel busy, that you are going to eliminate this week? Just pick one thing, drop it, and see how much real focus you get back in return.